Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. Today, what did I say in yesterday's episode? I said something dumb. What was it? I was like, because I did it in a Griftlands intro too, and what was it? How don't I? Oh god. Well, anyway, it's 1 a.m. I ended my stream early because I woke up early this morning. Did not end up like falling back asleep to do something else. I did a sponsored stream for Griftlands, which will be on the channel later today, in case you want to check that out. It's just 3 hours of me playing the second character. It's good. He's fun. And yeah, I've been awake since 9 a.m. and I woke up every 30 minutes last night to check what time it was and could not get like actual legitimate sleep. So I'm not tired, but somewhere within the next 2 hours, I will probably just fall asleep. So hopefully that's not during this episode. It shouldn't be. I ended the stream early enough that we should be good to go here. And, get it rolling. Hope you're doing well today. I am doing good, doing well. Griftlands has been really fun. I'm glad that I stayed relatively spoiler-free for it. I'm having a great time with it. It is a game that is very taxing on my vocals, though. My vocal cords, they don't like Griftlands. There's a lot of dialogue, and dialogue is reading for 30 to 60 seconds at a time without a break, and it is tough sometimes on the voice. Even just a little 5-second break like the one I just took is very important. Anyway, Monster Train. Have you heard of it? I have. I got a question for you. This one comes straight out of Twitch chat. This is coming from Kaelric on Twitch. It's for your question, for my engagement, my analytics today, I would like to hear from you about your preferred class when you play RPGs, tabletop or otherwise. Kaelric said specifically tabletop, but I'm expanding it to RPGs because I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition today. Very fun. My favorite Dragon Age. Hot take, I know. And I've switched classes in that game a lot of times, and I've played a lot of different RPGs. However, I find myself always tending towards a rogue. The one time I played Dungeons, or the two times I played Dungeons and Dragons, though, I played Barbarian and Sorcerer, so I have not done a rogue yet in Dungeons and Dragons. But I played Barbarian because it was a lot easier to understand, and then I played Sorcerer because I wanted to play Wild Sorcerer and roll wacky things happening. Anyway. You guys big RPG fans? I'm going back and forth. I'm on like a bit of a kick right now. Mostly because Dragon Age, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get a Dragon Age 4 announcement. They teased it at the Game Awards. Let's get to it, shall we? Don't forget, if you would like to, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to it. Not double barrel. This is Explosive Sigil, Daedalus, Cursefell, Diligent Seraph. We got Entombed Explosive, Bogfly, Wicked Blaze, we're Melting Exile, Wurmkin. Erector Run, Mark of an Exile. Sure. Mark of an Exile is bad if we see no burnout, though. Memorial Fund is pretty good. We have a lot of units. I'm gonna go Memorial Fund, actually. Mark of an Exile, there's just... I see Burn Bright, but even still, I think what I did is fine. I have no Burnout extension, but I have a Reform. I'm gonna go for it. I think Burnout Rector is really strong. No money here, as you can imagine. We're going to want to take the trial. I don't want to be overly aggressive, especially in case this is a bad trial, which it is. It's a 10 armor. Trying my best to... not have to do too much of what I just did there, which is playing catch up with my dialogue. But there I did fall a little behind. What do I do with this explosive? I think I just put it at the back. And then it triggers on the boss. This way. Yeah, Wicked Blaze was a little early. That is a shame. This is 55, so I put a drag down. And we push 10. I can catch Collector. Yeah, okay. We're chilling. Even with the Wicked Blaze miss, we'll play We'll kill the boss through the tombs because the boss won't be infused, basically. As long as I just play out all of my cards, we're fine. Okay. With Rector, like I said, I think Rector is very strong. I think he's a very good champion. Almost messed this up terribly. I don't think that he's the best by any means, but I think that he's good. And I don't know, when we're in this gauntlet, the mid, no, not the mid, like the non-exiles, especially like the start of the non-exile loop, this is where it is the most dire. So I'm happy because Rector isn't Tethys Prince or Penumbra. I'll just tell it to you like it is. So I missed the boss kill by just a touch. We're going to take 10. I could have caught the Footman and saved 5, but I think, no, if I had caught the Footman, I would have taken 5 anyway. I think no matter what you do for the 10 armor trial, you end up taking 10. And that's okay. Golden Encasement is really strong. Like, really, really strong. You saw it in the last run, I believe, take off. Yeah, 2 runs yesterday, by the way. I meant to mention this as well. 2 runs. The last stream highlight went up yesterday for Monster Train. I'm out of stream highlights and I'm not streaming it, so in that time slot I do not know what I will put. Perhaps nothing. However, somehow 2 episodes yesterday both featured Big Sludge. Pretty crazy. Different runs, but Big Sludge makes a feature appearance. Thanks, Big Sludge. So Molten Encasement is good. It's a long-term pick. And a short-term pick is Whiplash. That's the 2 choices. Purifying Cleanse is a better effect, but Whiplash is infused. Taking the infused burnout extend, even though it's a little worse on the burnout front, is better in my opinion. I'm thinking. I'm gonna go Molten Encasement, actually. I feel like there's a reasonable amount of times where I end up leaning into Harvest pretty heavily here. Let's go Proclamation. Not this Harvest. I'll just slap Lady of the Reform down with Rector. Is it worth? Yeah, sure. I think Lady of the Reform makes sense. Maybe we pick up a draft or something. Paraffin Enforcer, you never know. Could be anything. Is there a Wurmkin unit I want? I'm just thinking about the Bogfly plan we did like last week. Let me look. I'm not gonna take Bogfly Cocoon. Show me the units. No, 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 no. I'll go without upgrades, but I think it's fine. I don't think there's a Wurmkin unit I want on this run. We take Wurmkin for their spells. I'm looking for Wickless Baron. Now, it's a little weird. There's a bit of a conflict, but we'll kind of work it out. Good for these Wicked Blaze. I'm not worried. I'll throw out a -1 and we'll just leave. We'll check the temple, I suppose. I'm gonna pivot towards Baron. So here's the game plan. This is gonna be a run where I... First, one more thing. Check the temples. Temple there, there. Okay, got it. It's temple, artifact, money, temple, temple, money, I believe. And then temple. Okay. Just a little memory test. I'm okay with not taking anything here. And then I'll take the artifact most likely. This is fine. Unless, no, this can't be infused, so it is absolutely fine. Yeah, alright. We'll put Rector and Lady up top 4. So this is going to be an example of doing a mid-run pivot, basically. I'm going to use Lady plus Rector to walk through the first, like, 4 combat boss fights, and then I'm going to transition into a Wickless Baron strategy. That's the plan here. That's the goal, that's the aim. That's the strat. Whichever word you prefer. I can pull back the tomb. The problem is that it doesn't burn out. I'm trying to min-max my damage output here. I feel like, what, it comes back 6? So I can't get the drag off. If only I made this cost 0. I could put the drag in front up here. I can also put the drag behind and it just catches 1 extra clergyman. I think that's about as good as it gets for this turn. You just bring back Entombed Explosive and let it pop an enemy. In hindsight, I should have put Baron on the bottom floor, but I guess playing it like this means I guarantee Collector. I think this deck doesn't have trouble catching Collector, though, if it spawns mid like it did, so... Could have been a little bit better, but I won't tell if you don't tell. How's that sound? Slight mistake. I think I can let it slide here today. Yeah. Not bad on the money front, too. We gained a lot. We did a pretty good job of farming with Memorial Fund. No shops, 2 collectors, and I think we're gonna be, no, well, yeah, we're gonna be super rich. Wait a minute. Because we're gonna get 75 gold from this trial we just took. Wait, we're at like 400 gold, right? Yeah, who baby? We're rich. Yo, Remnant Host is so insane. This is such a high roll. Seeing Remnant Host this early, too? That's so good. Wow. Echo Transfer with Infusion I'm fine with taking. Like, 3 kills on the Wickless Baron. Okay. So, we're gonna have a lot of units in the deck for a little bit, but that's okay. Our game plan is as follows now. We go left, we grab Pyre Health, we grab Hellvent, we duplicate Baron, self-infuse Baron here, find multi-strike somewhere, doesn't really matter where, but find multi-strike somewhere, make another Baron, and infuse Remnant Host and Molten Encasement together. That should be winning, I believe. I have to make sure I make good use of my Hellvents on this run. Before I check that one, I should check the Caverns, perhaps. Go Golden Vault. Hell yeah, Golden Vault with Memorial Fund and Melting. I'm super into that. Full Shard is... or Abandoned Stave is fine. So if I take Abandoned Stave, I take double draw on this run, and I'm down with that. We're not at much risk of dying to Daedalus. I'm at 15 shards, but we have... I think if I'm pretty close, not quite, but I'm pretty close to having enough money to just end turn permanently on Daedalus and still kill him. That's definitely wrong, but, you know, but 30 rounds? Quick math. It's, 30 times 9. He does 2, or he does... He has a little over 600, right? And does he have 1 spike on this version? 1 spike might farm me in this hypothetical. He does not have the 1 spike. What am I saying? I'm lost. I'm daydreaming right now. Forgive me. That's a misplay alert right there. Call up Cranberry. That's a misplay alert. Oh wait on the Molten Encasement, although I think I won't see it again. So yeah, to buy Daedalus, you would have to have 750 gold. Did some quick calculating there. By quick, I mean that took me a lot of time to work out, longer than it should have. I admit. Leave the Clergyman alive so that we scale our harvest as well. Rector does a big amount of work, but he shouldn't solo carry this combat. So we will leave a little something to help us along. Please die. Don't play Train Steward, don't want to steal any kills. Yeah. So, Steel Shops have 2 good hits. We have 2 main upgrades we need in Steel Shops. We need Multi-Strike for a Wickless Baron and Endless for the Remnant Host. After we get that, we need... really not a ton else? Like, what spells do I care about in this deck? Not really any, right? That seemed really slow, didn't it? My bad. Like that, I looked like I watched that in slow motion in my mind. I was like, I didn't like that, basically. We have all the energy we need. Just throw out all my units, get our golden ball scaling. Yeah, there's not really a spell in this deck that I care about. I just play Remnant Host every turn and we win, I'm pretty sure. I don't have backline answers, but if I have 2 Blickless Barons hyperscaling like I plan to, I won't need it. I don't want to play Lady of the Reformed here. Yeah, that was wrong because I lose a harvest. I'm giving up money for that. No reason to give up money. There's no world where Daedalus kills these 2 barons. They're super strong. They've been scaling like mad. Yeah. It's a minor thing, but it's like 25 extra gold for playing it out the way that I just did. It might make a big difference. You never know. Trying to be a little bit better. I've definitely been making some small mistakes in the runs lately. Not a huge deal. Like, I mean, yesterday's run, I completely disrespected the last 2 combats, but, you know, it's also partially, you play enough of this game and you go, yeah, I don't have to turn off. Brain off at this point. Run very over. I could pick Perfect Insanity because I'm scared of mini-bosses in the Divinity, but am I afraid of mini-bosses in the Divinity? No. One day can host Carapace, but certainly not today. And we take draw. I have energy 5 for Curse Fell. I'm feeling pretty great. Multi-strike or endless, please. Quick, first option. Burnout 1, multi-strike or endless. Those are our 3 hits. Quick large stone. Those are bad. That is not good. This is a run where I will probably end up removing Vengeful Shards. This is a weird one too to me because I feel very confident in this run as long as I hit those 2 upgrades. Like, so confident that I don't even feel like I need to worry about anything else. I grabbed the money there just to go to an even 25. I'm at 75 after I do my 2 infusions. This trial should be fine. I mean, in the worst cases, it's still positive for my money because of Golden Ball, right? I'm not gonna do the math on that, I'm just gonna say that and then move on. No, we're not in a guaranteed winning position, but we're in a really good position, I feel. Oh. I don't think it's wrong to feel confident here. I feel confident here. Like, in the back of my mind, I'm doubting a little bit if my Barons scale quick enough, but Remnant Host has to make it strong enough. I can just focus on removing, I feel like, in this position. How much are they doing? 4, 6, 8, or 4, 8, 12, I believe. As long as the Remnant Host dies and doesn't burn out, which it does, this is fine. I mean, it's fine either way, but this is a lot better. This is a very similar deck to yesterday's deck, actually, come to think of it. This would be a really good time. Obviously, I can't pick it up at this point, it's too late, but, like, Rail Spikes would be good here. Just some pings is what I'm missing. Ways to stop a 1-5 from going up. Guess I'll play Drag. Yeah. Rector's doing exactly what I want him to do here as well. Like, everything makes sense. Let's see. Rector plus Lady, chunk first heavy but don't get the kill, weakening for our 2 Barons to get the kill themselves. By the time that Rector as a line would potentially fall, these guys will have scaled enough that they just handle things. Oh, you got a healer, I see. I guess I put a drag down here, because I have a drag stuck in the back. I'll steep these again. I have to. I guess I don't have to with the curses coming at me, but I should. Is a better way to put it. Harvest. Harvest. Blood. Yeah, we just keep chumping. I guess this run also struggles if every single steel shop I go to, because I'm going to prioritize steel shops. Like I said, magic shops don't matter, so we have the luxury, basically. But if every single one of them is large stone quick, A, that would be incredible. I would be extremely shocked if that were the case. But B, I think that this run could lose because of that. Even still though, we're stacking up so much money through Memorial Fund with Golden Vault. Like, super rich. I've been min-maxing my Memorial Fund really well. I took Memorial Fund instead of Mark of an Exile, partially because I expected to have a better plan for Rector, and we ended up with one, and partially because I was hoping for Golden Vault, and we got paid out 1,000 gold combat for. How lovely. Smoke is okay. It's worth playing, so I'll grab it. Return Soul. It's not worth playing because I do not have enough spells to make Return Soul feel like it makes sense here, and I'm not getting any synergies for it. I'm bogging down my deck for no reason, basically. Let's go right. I don't need to go to the magic shop, so give me more money. Center Cell makes... Yeah, this is a super curse heavy next, or 2 bosses. However, big pyre health through refracting lenses, but my pyre health is full and it can't take damage for a very long time. So if we make all... Yeah, making all of our Blights and Scourges free is also good with Golden Vault. Solid. Burnout 1 is a start. We grab the Remnant Host, because I'm going to do Molten Encasement in the Remnant Host, since Remnant Host is free. Multi-strike and or Endless, please. Multi-strike. Take it. Yeah. Without Endless, I can do something weird like hold. I can do a holdover in like Wicked Blaze, maybe. It'd be bad on Seraph, but should be fine elsewhere. Sorry, quick double check. This combat 5. Event here is where I'm going to duplicate the Baron. I think that I'm better off. I don't think it matters a lot, but I think it's a little better to go Molten Encasement into Remnant Host now over the Baron Self-Infuse. I think it's okay to have the 3 attacks from Barons. I also don't think it matters a lot. So duplicating Baron will also net me 15, so we're effectively at 90. I only have to take 10 more, and I'll probably take the boons. Where am I? Take Intrinsic, I guess? But what would I Intrinsic in this deck? Is there a card that matters? There is, but it's not an intrinsicable option, I suppose. I disrespect Spike's 4. Disrespecting the stealth boss is a little scary. I am a tiny bit afraid of disrespecting stealth boss. Hold Molten Encasement and hope it just rolls in at the right timing, I suppose, is the strat. There's no reason to play the Bogfly up here. I'll just hold it, maybe? No, that's silly. I'm just pressing through. I'm gonna hold it. Back and forth on that one a little bit. I land on holding it there. I think it's fine either way. Ah, it's actually better to hold it and not put it up here at least because I can Echo Transfer off of this. Great news. Yeah, I really don't need 5 energy. My deck's all 1-cost spells, so I can cut the Vengeful Shards pretty comfortably. The Vengeful Shards are a little worse than Train Steward, I believe. Although they're free now, which is better. I think this deck would also benefit from space. I think I actually take space instead of double draw on this run, and then I can make 2 of the Stealth Tomb. The Super Stealth Tomb. I'll go over by 1. Or I'll go over by 5, I mean. 1 interval for pack shards, but like... That does seem pretty good, right? I think it does. You're scary. I'm going to Explosive. That man does big boy damage. I'm going to hit him for 50 here. Look at that. That's thinking on your toes there. Pat myself on the back. I did it. Wicked Blaze is right on time to bring back Lady of the Reformed that had a stealth boss round, so we just clear all the stealth off of that. Great news. This run is going really well. I have no complaints. I have nothing to add. Also, the game just gave me a bunch of good answers, and I'm happy to be here. I'm glad to be along for the ride. I have nothing to complain about. It's really weird. Normally, I get to whine and be mad. There's nothing to be mad about. The game's gone legit. So, fun interaction here if you have not seen it. Very, very powerful interaction as well. If you have a Stealth Tomb and a Remnant Host infused together, the drafts that spawn will spawn with Stealth. As you can see there. Exhibit A. Come up here and just farm more harvest. I'm using Echo Break more to kill my own units than enemy units, but like, it's good. I should have technically left that space open in case I draw a Wicked Blaze, I guess. I didn't. It's fine. It doesn't matter either way, I feel. Those guys were lower on health than I expected. I get a lot of spikes and sweep damage. Yeah, this is worth more than 25 gold. 40 more pyre health? Sure. I'm gonna skip Remnant Host. I'm not gonna build a contingency plan into this deck. If I miss... Yeah, if I miss Endless, I'm just gonna be mad. And that's okay. Because there's no world where I go that many shops dry. Yeah. Everything's pieced together. Now I just have to draw Endless Tomb, so we will aim to make that more possible by removing spells. And by spells, I mean units. I've been calling everything spells in Griftlands, so bear with me. It's very difficult for my brain to move between 3 different terminologies and nomenclatures on these video games. Especially Monster Train in particular is a tough one in this regard because Monster Train has a very different playstyle, right? In Slay the Spire and most other deck builders that I've played, you do like blocks and defends and things like that, right? Enemies declare an attack. This game's very different. I can't quite put it into words. I haven't found the right words yet. I've been thinking about it though. I've been trying to find the right words, but I cannot find them. But there's a word for what I feel like happens in the combat of this game. It's like... How do you put it? There's no variance, I guess is what I want to say. Or... It's not quite right. But do you get what I'm saying? It's not like this enemy doesn't ever defend itself. It doesn't ever do any different things, right? In different deck builders than this one. Oh, I don't need to take space. I do need to take if I take a second Wickless Baron, which I am going to do. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I will finish that thought. Give it a sec, though. I mean, you get the idea. The idea is just that this game flows very differently because what the enemies do, they just do. The 9 attack, 2 health enemy is always 9-2 unless it gets infused, new mechanic, etc., etc. But you get the idea. Did I just pass on my tomb? Did I just not draw into it yet? I must have just not drawn into it yet. 9-1. This here is fine. Get a little more harvest juice going. Yeah, Sinner Salve immediately paying off as the better choice. I feel pretty confident in saying that at this point. I'll need to start scaling my stealth eventually. Is this Bogfly still alive? How are you doing that, buddy? How's he doing that? Oh, fuck, we dropped a little 4-digit money and I didn't even notice. What the hell? I'm gonna need to fix that. Did I say, what the fell? Go ahead. Leave. I know you want to. You're dismissed. Class is over. 6. Kills himself. 6. And I don't really need a proclamation or anything. I guess I could proclamation to kill one of these Cliff Guardians, but I'm on pace to kill both anyway. Just have to answer the 9-2, which we do through pings. Eventually I won't be able to answer things through pings, though. That's where this deck's gonna fall flat, actually. I have no backline solution. Like, none whatsoever. It's gonna be a big issue, I expect. But maybe not. Like, maybe we can just ping off enemies. It's a little hopeful. But what am I gonna do about backline? I don't feel like there's a good choice, is there? Sorry, I'm tired, so I'm doing a lot of like stretching and moving to try to stay awake, and that is leading to me not holding right click entering these fights, or rather entering these combats, I suppose is the correct term. It doesn't matter what I do, right? I think so. Here's the thing. I guess my game plan for backline is I have Golden Vault, right? I have a really, really huge buffer window where I can not be well off in terms of enemies. Like, I can league a lot. I think I just stockpile up to 1,500-ish gold on this run. Don't forget Remnant Host is worth plus 15 per round as well. Such an insanely powerful interaction here between these 2 units. 3 units, I guess. The Sparkfly lived this combat. That's crazy. How do you do that? Yeah, I'm realizing now, all of my fears relating to this run are answered by the fact that I have 1,100 gold in Golden Vault. This is not a run for Holotalls. As much as I would like to slam it and be haha fun, this is a run for nothing. Like, I can just remove. Do I want to take space? That's the question that you gotta think about here. Space, duplicate. So the question is, do I win with just 1 stealth tomb? Like 8 stealth going into the boss, assuming turn like 4-ish. I think it's a 12-round fight. So I just looked over and I saw a little red circle, which is the indicator that I'm recording, but I thought it was a red thing indicating I had my mic muted. There would just be no episode today, and that's all there would be to it. Okay. I think that so if I play top 4, it's just weird because one of my tombs doesn't die, it gets stealth from the other tomb. Then it burns out, it fills the floor with drafts, and everything's a nightmare. I think I'll just go draw and I'll stick to 1 tomb for simplicity's sake. I also don't think it's that good for the second tomb. The second tomb is more of a so you draw it sort of thing, but taking draw will make the second tomb more viable anyway. We get second Baron, we take the money to go to an even 100, and I can give a little plus 10 to someone. How cute. Sure, give this Wickless Baron a plus 10, why not? Though why not is because I might run into 2 better upgrades at the next shop, but the odds of that are pretty low. This isn't a deck that has a lead time. Like, there's no big incentive for me to easy trial take. There's no big incentive for me to take out the Lady of the Reformed, and having Rector just chunking 150s is pretty nice. Like, I don't lose a lot for dropping Lady and just letting Rector chill. Unupgraded Lady is still gonna do something. 1 space is, since space is limited, I will skip Bogfly. It's a weird one too. We have so many cards to remove, like so many units. I can remove like 7 cards from this deck very, very comfortably. Turn it up. I don't think because like I said, if I play this, here I'll play it this way once to illustrate so you can see how it works instead of me telling you how it works. Wrong order, by the way. That's my bad. Basically, yeah, the units that get spawned from the tomb burning out, they don't burn out. In case you did not know, their burnout does not trigger. You see, and now I'm doing this is actually going to cause me to take a bit of damage, which is a shame. I'm not worried. Like, it's just, I have 1,500 gold, and I'm gaining 400 for this combat. I'm just sad to lose a little bit of money. Yeah, I'm just a little sad to lose some money. I should play the... Not, yeah. Misplay alert. I should not hold drags thinking they will harvest on top 4. That is ridiculous. It doesn't happen. I lost like 200 gold there. It's not sustainable to have that happen a lot. But it seems pretty easy. Just don't let it happen. This is a tough fight too, as we often say. This fight is very hard. Turns out 16 times 2, 290 is kind of hard to deal with. Ooh, could have foreseen it. Yeah, I'll throw out the... I'm just going to throw out all my units and then sit here on my hands, I guess. A strange one. Imagine Heaven's Gold here. Oh, man. That would be nutty. That would actually be the nuts. Heaven's Gold on this one. Pick up like a Wickless Tycoon because suddenly I become a capitalist faithful. Permanent host and back means the drafts go second. I think it guarantees the backline dies. I think it probably kills backline either way, but this guarantees it. Let me rephrase that. It should kill backline either way. Can I stealth next turn? Yes, of course I can. What kind of a question is that? I can feel it. I'm hitting the wall. Made it 37 minutes, but I'm hitting that tiredness threshold where nothing really registers. I guess I can use the drafts to clear the backline. What a sure, why not? There's not really a good reason against it. Bet I took the stealth tomb. We high rolled like crazy here though. Don't get me wrong. Hitting those 2 tombs before Daedalus and just having a well-defined strategy this early is very strong. Oh, that early, I should say. Get 'em, boys. Do you just die to trample? I think that's how it works. Should have played it up here for a harvest. You get dice to trample. Yeah, the stealth doesn't stop trample carry through damage from killing if it would kill. That's another one of those unique and interesting interactions that you don't see matter a whole lot. But stealth will not save a unit from trample boss. Sorry, I should be right-clicking. So, in that combat, I lost a total of 120 gold. Like, lost it for not taking the trial, but lost it just for letting the first heavy go through. But I gained back 450. So, we're plus 200 or 300 here. I don't need cards. You could maybe take the reform card, but I don't need cards. I'm gonna draw a bunch of curses on Seraph, and that's fine. We're at an even 100. Do I want to go right and buy magic upgrades? Engulfed in Smoke could be fun to give holdover, but I don't need to. I feel like, again, here I am saying it, but I feel like it's best to go left here and just look for another Steel Shop upgrade onto our Baron. Because they have one of them has an open slot. I could give him multi-strike again if I see it. I could give him plus 10. I could give him plus 25 even could be not bad. Lose out on 2 removals or... yeah, let's do it. Maybe multi-strike. Is it even worth re-rolling? I think I just take the 25 HP and call it good. Let's put it on the lady. I'll spend a little money. Yeah. Waste, but it's you gotta risk it sometimes, I suppose. These don't make any sense here, do they? I don't care about my charge deckers. I don't play spells that do damage, so Flicker's is the only one in question, but my whole deck is free anyway. So I will... Fade's First Blade is fun. It is fun. That's it. I'm not gonna buy anything here. Firewall is just worse, right? If it is fully consumed both times, it's 30. Hard to say how much I would take for Golden Vault, right? But it's probably somewhere around like 5 or 6 triggers of Golden Vault worth on Firewall. Wait, does that even work? Does Firewall block before Golden Vault? I'm not actually sure. I'm gonna dupe the Remnant Host maybe, just for the safety of it. Nah, I can't be right. But nothing matters here then on the duplicate front, it feels like. I could do Wicked Blaze. Sure, let's do Wicked Blaze. My deck is weird because I don't actually play cards once I draw the Tomb. I just play Tomb over and over again. But take a little sippy here if you don't mind. Don't forget to stay hydrated out there. Ah, we drew Remnant Host turn 1. I'm really good. I'm not going to play it top floor right now. I'm sure you can figure out why. Yeah. I will just play these dregs to die for Memorial Fund here as well. There's our other young man. I think it's fine. I mean, it's really, this is just a question of does this scale well enough to beat the Divinity. I think with the help of Rector, we are okay. Rector softens the first ones up, like I said, and then lets us walk through the rest. But I feel like without Rector, you'd be in a lot of trouble. I also thought Lady of the Reformed lived and died already. I was apparently wrong. 2 Echo Breaks to save the gold here. 25? Yeah, 25. 2 Echo Breaks for 25. Worth. I lose an Echo Break, but that's not a big deal. Yeah. Doesn't take too long for these Barons to start scaling out of control as well, especially with the help of the... Don't underestimate. 40 damage pops out of this Remnant Host. Do not sell the boys short. They come out swinging. Oh yeah, I should be putting the Tomb in the back to catch backliners now that the front line is scaled up. Front line? The Barons are scaled up. I can move this to the back so that the catch happens. It's really a weird positional thing. It's cool though. Like this fight, I think in general, they must have had I think there was a 20 health or 20 attack unit here. But some of these combats and some of these episodes have just found new ways to surprise me. Like this one. Finding this weird interaction that I would never think of where you put your Tomb in the back because they get stealth. I mean, I guess I would think of it because I did think of it, but yeah, look at this. I'm going to take a little damage for that mistake. Yeah. This should be in the back and I should have 25 more gold than I do. When I lose this run by 1 hit, just remember this moment. Remember this little slip up and then type in the comment section a well, well, well. With 3 dots afterwards, a little ellipses if you would be so kind. I need to fully immerse myself, you know? You understand. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother, like, consuming cards for what? For what purpose would I consume a spell here? That was actually a spell. It was not just me saying consume for fun. Consume would actually let me go to 0 cards in deck, right? With this number of purges. I think I could have got there. Molten Encasement, I guess, would never go away because he is timeless. But, you know, the rest of this shit could live and die very shortly. We're good. I think 245 times 2 is respectable enough. The scaling seems fine with the self-infusion. He's also one of those units, Wickless Baron, where if you ever tweak him by just 1, he ends up broken, I feel. Or rather, I fear. Like if you make the infusion even just +1, you're gonna start seeing some pretty big scaling, I feel. Although, even at 5 it's big enough. Crazy what a big difference 3 to 5 makes. Divinity time. I think that I won't lose this run because I have so much money I can just eat any stragglers on bad draws. There are some bad draws here, but I do, like, it's cheesy, but I'm here to cheese. I don't have a problem playing a little bit of Gouda. It's like, if I Entombed Explosive first, I think it's just bad. I was thinking about if that works, but I think that does not work in our favor. Just throw this garbage all away. We play out all our units because we can bring them back with Wicked Blaze. And we'll just let the 2 goons handle things. There's our Remnant Host. Good news, everyone. I've discovered a... What does he say? What does he say? Great question. Great trivia question if you want to do it. It's a little niche, I guess, to be a great one, but it's a good one. Is it really a question, though? It's just... It's name Professor Putricide's monologue. What does he say in World of Warcraft? He says, "Good news, everyone." I think he says, "I've perfected a plague that'll wipe out all life on Azeroth." Something like that. He should be looking to wipe out all life on Azure Roth, if you know what I'm saying. I really hope you do, because I do not. This is fine. I'm giving +1 or +20 to 3 enemies for -100 on the frontmost enemy. I get super farmed on Harvest turn if I don't kill these guys. I think I had the choice of it and did not pick up a Crushing Demise, and Crushing Demise would do a lot. If you hit twice for 60s, and then we do 150 exactly to kill the Clip Reflector. Talk about close. And if that's close, wait until you see the next 2 waves. Yeah, okay. It's really weird. I should... No, I'm never going to kill that. It's ping the loss. Don't harvest myself to death here. My Barons are slow, but I have a lot of money. I'm going to take a little bit of damage, or a lot of bit of damage from spikes, and by damage I mean money. Yeah, the spikes is what's going to be a real killer here. I lose like 60 or 100 gold for it, right? So it's 2 times 2. Go throw Rector a bone. I need to not play top floor because I can't feed all that harvest. 90, 90, 100. I don't think Echo breaking anything makes a big difference. I'm not going to bother going through and doing all the math. I'm going to assume that I'm right and just play some spells. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference, does it? We've been hoarding 2,000 gold this entire run to commit this robbery. This is a legitimate robbery, but instead of me robbing the game in a figurative sense, this is the game just robbing me. This is the game taking all of my money. I accrued all of this money, and the game is going to take it from me. And I deserve it as well. I deserve it for what I've done in today's episode. My sins. I will repent, faceless man. I should have recorded this episode in the afternoon, man. I even said to myself, and I think I mentioned to my friends, yeah, I should record today before I mentioned it. I was like, yeah, I should record, or else the Monster Train episode is gonna suffer. And here we are. The Monster Train episode is currently in the process of suffering, as am I. I was right about the time threshold, though. It was right on time. Got very, very sleepy, right when I would expect. At least we got that going for us, right? Next wave is significantly less scary since it has no harvest in it. Spikes is not great, but, you know, no harvest. Spikes is a bit of a killer, though, for our fire money, but I have so much money it doesn't matter. I have so much money, I can just turn my brain off. Head empty, lack of thought. But I feel like that's kind of what the game encourages. I'm not 100% certain. Leave it alive. How bad could it be? I'm not 100% on that, but it feels like the game incentivizes you to hard commit. Although the Rector's just kind of splashed over there, so that's fine too. Yeah. Let me try and clarify that sentence, because I'm realizing that sentence of the game incentivizes you to hard commit is maybe nonsense. It makes sense in my brain, trust. We win, right? Yeah, super free. I think even without Golden Bolt we would have won this. We took like, probably not, but with 180 maybe. But when I say the game incentivizes you to hard commit, I just mean like, you don't have to think about how do you replicate this run without Golden Vault. You just, like, on this run, my answer to backline was I generated a lot of money through Memorial Fund and I have Golden Vault. However, that doesn't have to be your game plan, is what I'm trying to say. But I don't have to go through and say like, oh, well, if they show me this, this, or this, because they didn't show me that, they showed me this answer. However, on this run, you could pick up Crushing Demise and Fatal Melting and have a slightly safer looking run, I would say. In terms, like, you would just not use any of your money. I'm gonna go to bed now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really tired. It hit. I knew it was gonna hit me. It hit me. I should have started like 30 minutes sooner, but that's okay. I made it. You made it. Monster Train gave us a nice little toss today. Very kind of the game to give us some nice, easy, cheesy wins. No big thinks allowed. Don't forget to, if you did enjoy, leave me a like. Thank you for watching. Out of order is terrible. Do, if you would like to, the subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.